You're unproductive because you allow your emotions to rule your day. You only do the things you feel like doing and you avoid the things you don't. But truly getting on top of your ish won't happen until you get it all done, regardless of how you feel. That's why in this video, we are going to tackle productivity with a level of emotional intelligence that breaks down avoidance at its root. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Catherine, and I help people who are designing a life of agency build systems that work for them. So let's get into it. So step one is the brain dump. And you've probably heard of brain dumps before, but if you haven't, essentially we are just emptying out our minds and putting it all on a blank sheet of paper. And this is actually a really big first step for getting ourselves unstuck. It's really hard to get into flow when you are constantly cognitively overloaded. So just get it all out. Step two is highlight. So now we're going to go in here and we are going to color code each task on our brain dump with a different color. Here I'm using red to represent tasks that cause anxiety, resistance, overwhelm, things that, can be pushed aside on a to-do list and sort of overlooked. And I'm using yellow to represent the tasks that I'm neutral about. Things that don't give anxiety, I can just do it and be fine. And I'm using green to represent the tasks that I'm actually happy and excited about. Things that I can lose track of time while doing. And as you can see here, most of my to-do list is red, but I think that's a good thing. So step three is optional if you've already done step two. Step three is more so for people who prefer organizing their thoughts in a chart. The point here is that we want to create a visual representation of the weight we're assigning to each task subconsciously, because that's what's going to give us the clarity to start addressing the things we need to address in order to move ourselves forward. And I'm just going to demonstrate what exactly I'm talking about and what this looks like with this post a YouTube video example. So for step four, we're going to deconstruct the resistance. And so using this post a YouTube video as an example, I'm going to brainstorm all the subtasks I associate with this major task that I feel resistance in. And I filmed this a little bit out of order, but I'm then going to color code each of those subtasks with the same color coding system we used earlier. So I'm going to identify the subtasks that I feel resistance in, the subtasks I find to be neutral, and the subtasks that I enjoy. The goal here is for me to then break down those subtasks that I find resistance in into micro subtasks that I at least can find neutral. And yeah, I definitely in this example do not like filming, no, and I do not enjoy to script. Good thing is that each of these red tasks, so to speak, can be broken down into neutral yellow micro tasks. Step five is actually writing the to-do list, the things we're going to get done within the day. And we've sort of made two prep lists. We have our resistance list where we're going to include the subtasks that we've identified to be happy tasks. And then we're also going to take a look at that resistance list again, and we're going to pick a few of the micro tasks that we've identified to be in yellow. So I need to script before I film, some may say. So I'm going to choose those micro tasks of outlining and writing out one section at a time and putting that on my to-do list to get done within a single day. And if you look here, half of my to-do list is comprised of the things I find the most resistance in. The other half I'm going to fill up with those tasks from my original brain dump that I've already found to be either neutral or happy. And in this way, I'm able to create a to-do list where I'm not avoiding the tasks that I find the most resistance in, and I'm actually creating a to-do list that has little resistance. But I already know some folks are going to wonder, but what if I'm already behind? Like, this all sounds nice and zen, thinking about my feelings and making a to-do list, but what if the things I have on my brain dump need to be done today? Not today, yesterday. Not even yesterday, last week. So let's go ahead and think this through. We'll use posting to Substack as an example. Let's say you work for someone or you have clients or whatever. We're going to list out our worst case scenarios of failure. Let's say we don't get it done. You can either get fired, you can damage your reputation, maybe people don't see you as reliable, you lose posting momentum, you lose subscribers. We're going to brainstorm all the bad things that we feel like could happen to us if we don't get this done in a timely manner. And it's important to note that these could happen, like these could legitimately happen, but there's always something else that can be done. We're going to make a second list, and we're going to name this list as reality. So what can you do if these worst case scenarios happen? Well, if you get fired for not, missing a deadline, you can always subscribe to this channel where you learn how to build a life of agency, just saying. But if you would like other options, maybe this wasn't the best environment for you. You can let people know in advance. There's other things that you can do. The point is that it's always going to feel like it's the end of the world if you don't get everything on your to-do list done in a timely manner. But there's always, always, always something else you can do. You just need to adjust yourself to the options that you have, because you always have options. And so take your time, make your emotional to-do list. It's just not worth stressing yourself out and burning your health over something that's largely resolvable. So that is how we make an emotional to-do list, so we can finally stop allowing avoidance to ruin our lives. But knowing how to emotionally prioritize your day is much different than knowing how to prioritize your life, which is why I made this video where I talk about how to not treat every priority the same.